guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Foster, Kajin Cosplay, and today we got you guys with Demon Slayer! Episode 3, Season 1.
Last episode, we met the teacher, whose name I'm not gonna try to pronounce because I don't remember.
Not yet.
Not yet. But the teacher tested Tanjiro because he received Gyu's message about a possible heir, a possible student, someone who's got the same sense of smell as he does.
Yep.
So he tested him, sent him on a mountain after he ran after him for God knows how long. And he had to come down from the mountain and try to avoid the traps.
Yeah.
Physically, he's not there yet. He noticed that right away. Yeah. He's not there.
But he got the motivation to achieve his goal and be back before sunrise.
So yeah,
he's the student now.
He's a student. So his training is about to begin. And I'm all for it because he's so easy to cheer for. Let's jump in this episode and see what the teacher has in store for our main character.
Alright.
Let's go.
Wow. Their spirit was there?
Is that what happened?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe it was the spirit.
Because, I mean, there was a lot of fog in that last battle, but yeah, maybe like they were spirits of children that died and stayed around, people that trained there and they ended up dying.
Maybe that's why I said that many were watching him over.
Yeah.
It's people are watching me.
That doesn't make me want to become one of these kids, you know? That means the kids he trained, did they all end up dying? Or they faced a stronger opponent?
Maybe
or maybe they died during the selection. Yeah.
Maybe.
Which would, oh gosh, that's terrible.
Maybe that's why
because she said defeat that guy.
Yeah.
So maybe they have to defeat someone at the selection. Oh,
maybe.
That would make this entire thing so sad. So they were dead. They trained him. They basically, it's almost like they carried on their resolve, their need to succeed, and they passed it on to the next kid that's training, hoping that this kid is going to be the one.
Yeah.
But he broke that boulder. He broke that boulder.
That's really sad if we think what happened that way. Yeah.
If it's exactly what's happening, it is sad. If it's not, and we're completely like clueless about what just happened, well,
it's still sad.
It's still sad.
One of the things that Makomo said, that you need to train till you're nearly dead, and you need to and what SABITO.
Yeah.
Oh, well, these two, what they said, that you need to train just that you incorporate in your bones what you've been taught.
Yeah.
Which maybe was my own, she told us when we were doing karate back where we used to live.
The 1,000 punch thing?
Yeah, the 1,000 punch thing, but it said that
you shouldn't have to think about
you shouldn't have to think about it, but having a belt means nothing. You can buy a belt on eBay for nothing. You need to incorporate what you've been taught in your lessons in your everyday life, and you need to become your teaching, basically.
That's not really how I saw it, but it's true that we've been told that. But I understand it more as you have to be one with what you just learned. You know, you have to. It's not something you have to understand with your brain. It's something that your entire body has to understand on its own. So that when you're facing someone, when you're, facing someone in combat, you're not thinking about, are my feet positioned the right way? Am I breathing correctly? Am I holding my sword the right way? You have to do it. Yeah. It's something that you have to train so much that eventually you don't have to think about how to do it. It just comes to you naturally. Yeah. Reflexes. That's when your fighting technique comes to you like a reflex does, that's when you know you're ready to face someone and win. Otherwise, you're always gonna be, awkward. You might be good, but, I remember we were training. I'm pretty sure I told that story watching Hunter x Hunter before, but I mean, it's still a good story. So we were training with weapons that are called tamfa. It looks like a chair leg. I don't know how to explain it. We should bring them here.
It's a stick with a handle.
Yeah, it's a handle, and when you're holding it, you have like the weapon, the wood that goes like this, following your forearm, and we had a sequence of attacks and defense moves to do in teams, and we were together, and I remember that at one point our teacher decided to come over and be like, faster, faster, faster. Gosh, like people were watching us and being like, go faster, faster. She started hitting like crazy. I remember thinking, I don't know how I am keeping up. But we were like, tack, 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 tack. We kept going. At one point, I was like, I'm not even thinking. At this point, I'm just doing the moves. I'm just like trying not to get hurt. I'm just trying. I was just responding like a reflex. In a real battle where your life depends on you protecting your head, protecting your heart, doing these moves, you don't have time to think. You have to act. It's just your body moves before your brain catches up.
Well, I was that you need to do both. You need to act and think fast.
Yeah, you need to think about a strategy, of course. You need to think about, like, especially if a straight up move like they did doesn't work. Like, if the person you're fighting is just as fast or too fast, your brain comes in then. But you shouldn't have to think about the moves. That's like the basic thing in fighting. You need to think, you need to, liberate your brain so that your brain can focus on strategy and your body is just going to do the rest.
You know what? The fact that SABITO, the guy with the fox mask, reminds me of with his wooden sword. We saw a video about Ryan and Shane and with BuzzFeed, with their history online, where there was a badass Ronin who defeated his opponent with a wooden sword. It reminds me of that story.
A great master can defeat anyone, no matter the weapon. Yeah, someone that has trained so much that he is efficient with the sword can beat someone who is not efficient with the sword with a rock, with a wooden stick. Like that, the weapon doesn't really matter. When you're facing someone who is on your level of skills, that's when your weapon is important. But in this case, especially at first, Tanjiro was not nearly as close because he was thinking about his techniques too much. Yeah. Right. One thing I noticed that I enjoyed in this episode is his monologue was so dark and so serious, but they kept some humor in his training too. Like, I enjoyed it. Like, it's not just all about him really doing the work and being serious all the time. Like, he's still a kid. I think that's how they make us remember that he's a teenager. He's not a warrior. He hasn't killed anyone. He hasn't faced death.
Yeah.
On the battlefield. So with him, trying to dodge the traps and stuff, but doing it in a funny anime way, I think that's interesting. It kept the entire thing lighthearted, even though his words were very harsh, very dark, and very serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes me not forget that he is a kid. And it's something that, we're going to see him change for sure, but, there's already, 2 years that passed.
2 years. Oh my gosh. That went so fast.
But,
does it mean that Nezuko stayed asleep for 2 years straight?
It looks like it. But there's so much we don't know. There are strong opponents out there that he's going to face eventually. We are just at the beginning. I'm so excited. That shot we got of, I think the people we saw on top of the mountain, we saw Gyu.
Yeah.
Gyu. Yeah.
Gyu.
We saw him, and we saw others that were dark. I think these are the other masters, and they're gonna stay dark till we meet them, actually. But it was interesting how they did this, and everyone fighting on that field, like the amount of work it takes for them to maybe become one of these guys on top of the mountain. It's just, there's so much potential in this story.
Mm-hmm.
I am very, very into this. So,
Alright.
okay. Thank you guys so much for watching this with us. If you want to see the next episode right away, it's already on Patreon. Check it out. The link is in the description.
So don't forget to subscribe if you want to watch it now, guys. And if not, wait for the next one to be out on YouTube, which
Yes.
will be next Saturday.
Yes.
So see you then, guys.
Bye.
Bye.